All right, you handsome souls, how the heck are you today? I hope you had an amazing Easter. And Michael Eschenberg here, bringing your daily horoscope for Monday, the 22nd of April 2019. We are just flying through this month. The sun is in Taurus now, connected to conjunct Uranus today. Anytime we have a Uranus conjunction, expect the unexpected. It's taboo to say that, it's cliche to say that, but it is the absolute truth. Uranus is the great awakener in astrology, okay? It is the one planet that is the release, okay? So Jupiter is all about expansion. Neptune is about expansion. So let me just walk around. Let's do this. Let's just show you this. Let's show you this. Okay, here we go. All right. So the sun is self. This is self. This is ego. This is our own creative self-expression, which is here in Leo, our 5th house, okay? Now, Uranus, the great awakener, rules Aquarius up here, okay? This is the electricity, the buzz. Venus, which rules Taurus and Libra, Venus in Taurus is all about the things we love and desire. Things, okay? Things we love and desire. Venus rules Libra. This is about other people, okay? Then we have Mercury right here. Mercury rules Gemini, which is all of the information. Mercury also rules Virgo, which is about very specific information. Okay? Then we have Mars, which is our warrior, our planet of action. So whatever we love, want, and desire gets, accepted, and we achieve these things by our Mars. This is our planet of action. This is how we move and get things done. Mars rules Aries, which is the sign of self, the spark, the inertia, the beginning, right? Which is all of this stuff is over here in Aries. So there's a spark behind the things that we love and desire. There's a spark behind our communication, behind our intelligence. There's a spark of self right now that we are healing, clearly. Okay. Now the other sign that Mars rules is Scorpio over here, okay? Passionate, driven, sexy, Scorpio, sex, money, power, Scorpio. Now Scorpio also rules, Pluto is the ruling planet also of Scorpio. Okay, so these two together is like death and resurrection and transformation and like coming from the scorpion to the snake to the dove to the eagle to the dove. Okay, then we have Neptune here. Okay, so this is about transformation. Saturn is about restriction, making sure you've learned things. Okay, restriction. This is expansion. Jupiter, expansion within Saturn's limits. Okay, this is restricting. We can't just let everything go everywhere. That means, okay, let me explain what that means before I jump on too far. Now, if you know physics, the electrons in my finger are going to meet with the electrons of my other finger before the atoms actually ever collide. Okay, this is science stuff. Nothing ever touches anything in our world. It's very strange how that works. I don't completely understand it. I know it. I can't completely fathom the concept because I can touch things and some things feel wet, some things feel prickly or sticky or sharp, but at the same time, science, I understand that nothing touches anything. Otherwise, my finger would just go right through my hand, okay? So when I say Saturn is like restricting, that's part of its job. It is restricting the third dimension. This is our reality, the laws of the reality of this world that we know, okay? Let me go back to this. So Saturn is the restriction and the laws. This is the laws that govern our reality. Jupiter is the expansion within the laws of our reality. Our moon is our emotions. Okay, the sun is ego, self-expression. Neptune over here is expansion outside of the laws of Saturn. Okay, so let me explain that as well. I have before on the show, if you follow along with me in the past, if I'm blowing up a balloon and the balloon pops, I want a bigger balloon. Okay, so if the balloon pops, that's Saturn. Okay, that's Saturn and Jupiter. This balloon can only expand this much till the laws of this reality take over. If I want a balloon to get even bigger, I have to dream or think of a larger balloon. That's that Neptune kind of a thing. Or like dreams, like no one can control my dreams. If I want to dream that I'm pouring glitter out of a ketchup bottle that's covering a unicorn and I fly away and that unicorn turns into a dragon and then the dragon actually turns into a princess and we make love in the clouds, you can't tell me no. Like, have fun, Aaron. Trust me, I will. So Neptune, Neptune is outside of the limits of Saturn. So this is kind of compression. This is transformation. This is expansion. This is desire. This is healing. This is intelligence. This is action. This is self. And this bad boy right there, Uranus, is the release. The release of tension, the great awakener. Now, sometimes, all right, this is a funny story I'm going to share with you right now. I was doing an astrology conference with Rick Levine a year ago, a little over a year ago, January in 2017, up in Brighton Bush, which is a mountaintop, hot springs on a mountaintop in Oregon. Beautiful place. And on the day that Jupiter, a Jupiter conjunct Mars, okay? I took a big stretch and dislocated my shoulder. Crazy. Now, my shoulder had already been dislocated in the past multiple times. So when I just did this big stretch, Jupiter's our planet of more and more and more and more, all right? Mars is our planet of action. Now, it took 5 hours for the ambulance to come get me up this mountaintop, okay, bring me down to the hospital. And the people at the hospital are like, we don't know what's going on today, but this is like a full moon, okay? This is like one of the craziest days of the year in this hospital. Pretty wild. The cab driver that brought me back up the mountain told me the exact same thing. He's like, this is one of the craziest days I've ever experienced here. So I'm like, all right. Put that in the record, like, okay, Sun or Mars, Jupiter days are high energy. But the point is release, okay? There was a great release that came when my shoulder popped out of socket. Now, it had happened multiple times in the past, but it led to something that was very necessary, which was a surgery, okay? So I had to have a surgery last year. Yay! And now I'm back healthy again. So sometimes the way that Uranus reacts, Now I was talking about Jupiter and Mars, but it's just like, that's a Uranian thing, okay? It's a very Uranian kind of aspect, is this like breakthroughs of like, holy smokes, didn't expect that to happen, where it's like, it was a very necessary thing to happen because this thing actually really needed surgery, to like not happen again, because something stupid would just pop right out. It sucked. So this is like a great release. So sometimes that great release can happen in catastrophe. Sometimes it can happen with like the phone ringing and all of a sudden it's the person that you've been like longing for, that you're like daydreaming about, and all of a sudden they hit you up like, hey, I've been thinking about you, and you're like, whoa, this is amazing. I've been thinking about you too, Maybe that's going to happen. Ring-a-ding-ding-ding. Anyway, so it's like a day of expecting the unexpected. It's a day that breakthroughs happen, the Great Awakener. And in Taurus, so the Sun and Uranus are together right here all day long, making this connection. And what do we see here? It's making a very weird little angle over here to Neptune. Okay? And what I just said a moment ago, Neptune is all about our dreams. You can't tell me in my dreams that my unicorn can't turn into a dragon, which eventually turns into this goddess and we make love in the clouds. You can't limit my dreams. So when we have self-ego, Uranus, the Great Awakener, making mega change, making a connection and a positive aspect to Neptune, which is our dreams, and think bigger. Think more, think grander than ever. When we have these three making a connection today, it's like, whatever happened over the weekend? Who cares about the emotional mess we were in on Saturday and the family dramas that came in on Sunday? I don't know, hopefully your family wasn't drama on Sunday, but it's like, whatever's going on, we have this great release happening on Monday, starting our week right. And then we have also Mars down here, look at the bottom, 14 degrees, making an opposition to the moon at 13, well, right here it's at what, noon. You know, this is at noon. But either way, this is going to be happening. If I click on this thing, hours, that opposition's not going anywhere. You know, it's literally the entire day. Ooh. So anyway, don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. But this is like, okay, Mars is squaring Neptune. Neptune is squaring the moon. Mars is opposing the moon, okay? So the moon is our emotions. Mars is our planet of action. Neptune is our dreams. But where are they all, okay? Our emotions are in the land of foreign knowledge. There's knowledge out there that is useful for us to heal. That's making that connection to Chiron, right? Neptune is in its home sign of Pisces, expanding our dreams, saying, look, man, you're simple. You know, I don't mean to be rude. I'm saying this to myself too. Like, dude, you're simple. You have to think bigger. You have to think bigger. You know, like this is, you know, like this limited belief that you've got going on. This is not how we transcend to the next area in life. We have to imagine larger. We have to grow. We have to think bigger, you know. Okay, then Mars down here with all of the information in Gemini. Mars is buzzing as our planet of action. Gemini is like working with our hands. It's making us restless, making us want to move and making us want to do things. So it's like, what's a great thing for our hands to do right now as the emotional moon's over here in Sagittarius and creating this connection to Neptune and Pisces? Pick up a book. Pick up a book. Read a book. Click on a YouTube video. There's tons of knowledge, tons of stuff going on out there that can absolutely help us wherever we are at. And this might be the day that we come or stumble upon that knowledge that just literally breaks through to self. If you're not familiar on where to go to find some of this stuff, all right, for one, YouTube is absolutely amazing. I find tons of beautiful stuff, and I share a lot of it on my Facebook page. There's my Honest Aim page, which is just kind of my stuff, but the Waking Masters page, Waking Masters, very simple. We share all kinds of stuff. It's a collective of a couple different people. We share all kinds of stuff that is just absolutely this mind-blowing knowledge. That's just things that will change your life. Like, you cannot help but make changes in your life once you learn these things. It's kind of awesome. So wherever the information's coming from, whatever is going on, this is a day where we ourselves break through to our highest self. Okay, this is not just our normal Monday where we're dragging our feet, getting into work, like, oh, when am I going to work today? No. Or if it is, then it's the day you leave your job because you're not supposed to be there. You know, I literally just posted this video of Sadhguru on my Waking Masters page if you want to check it out. I think it was maybe 2 days ago or so, but it talks about laziness. Check it out. It's like 3 minutes long. Really cool video. But it's like, look, if you're not excited, like, I love roller coasters, okay? I am generally a night owl, not a super early up in the morning person. I tried to change that. Doesn't matter. The point is, when it is Cedar Point time, when it is time to go to the theme park and roller coaster, Six Flags are cool, but Cedar Point, way to go. So when it's time for me and my friends to go to Cedar Point, we are up early in the morning and going on there. There's an excitement. There's a buzz. There's like, I can't wait to get there. It's like the, you know, waking up as a kid at Christmas. You want to be there. There's an excitement to be involved in this. And it's just like, if you're dragging your feet and not wanting to do something, there's a reason. Why? Why don't you want to be there? Why don't you want to do this? Because you should. Your whole heart, your whole body should be into this. We're dealing with so much breakthrough right now. We're dealing with so much like self-motivated, like, I know me, you know, I know who Aaron is, you know, like, let's go, world. Let's jump on this. So it's just like, if we're not 100%, if we're not our own angel on our shoulder pushing us to go forward and do this, then we're probably in the wrong place, in the wrong space, and we need to find ways to make adjustments in our life to go to where we belong. So whatever that is today, have the most amazing, this happens once a year. This connection happens once a year. Otherwise, it's a square or an opposition or a trine, but this conjunction between the sun, self, and Uranus breakthrough, this hasn't happened in 84 years in the sign of Taurus, okay? It's happened in the sign of Aries for the past 7 or 8 years, which is about self breakthroughs. This is about breaking our traditions, just like I was talking about yesterday with the chains on the tires. And I was like, hey man, I only had an 8-pack of crayons. There is no fuchsia in here. There's no magenta in here. There's no chartreuse in here. My favorite drink, by the way, if you want to send me a bottle right here. So, it's just like, I've been limited by this 8-pack of crayons. And it's just like, buddy, I got the 164-pack of crayons with every color in the spectrum. Paint, or excuse me, draw away, color away, color outside the lines if you want to. Make it your own. Make it your own. There's nothing stopping you today. There's nothing stopping you from having your unicorn turn into a dragon and making love on a cloud. Whatever it is, okay? Let this day be full of surprises, full of new things coming to light. Let it start your week off right. I love you. I wish you enough. We'll see you tomorrow.